A lot of us are hungry and thirsty for love from our own people. We want them to see it. We want them to feel it. We want them to understand what we're building. But they are stuck where they're at. And when you have movement and they don't have movement, it creates this thing where instead of asking, how do I get some of that? They either scroll right past you or they talk shit.
Effortless, call us aggressive intelligence. Hustle my artist and I'm the executive vice of Spine, Connecticut. Come from the block with an etiquette. It's never a lot of the fellowship. We just surviving the elements, but I have my eye on some better shit. I pour my problems irrelevant. I come from sipping insanity. Being in the streets, I'm an elephant. Blow the brake, push the pedal it. I jumped in the game, got my letter in. Jumped in the game, I'm a shoot too. We don't never really lose. Do it for Uzi and do. They wanna live. Full of beat and break up. I keep drinking, I live. I can't tell what I said.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is your host, Jeda Ali, and this is the Boss Conversation here on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, sponsored by 8th Apparel, a clothing line. Come on now, a clothing line dedicated to legacy builders all over the world. All right. You know what's crazy? We spend so much time seeking approval from people who don't even like themselves. Think about that for a second. The person you are trying to get validation from, the person whose opinion you keep waiting on, they're out here fighting you to prove you wrong while they're secretly stuck. Like, think about that. They're quietly wishing they had an ounce of what you have, knowing deep down if they did, they would run with it. But instead of working on themselves, they spend their time hating on you for working on yours. That says everything. That says everything. I saw a picture one time on social media. I saw a picture and there was this guy out in the ocean surfing, headed straight towards a massive wave. Just him out there. And it shows in the sand a whole bunch of people who are basically like talking shit and pointing like, oh, what is he doing? He's not going to make it. He's going to fall off. He's going to get hurt. He's going to fail. Like, blah, blah, blah. But if you really just look at this picture, it's only him there. Okay? Everybody else is just on the sideline talking shit. It's just him. And so it just made me think, you know, it just made me think that there are going to be so many people that's out here trying to criticize us. You know, if you think about that picture, he's the only one out there trying. The only one out there that's building and pushing through while everyone else is standing safely in the sand talking about it. You know, and that right there tells you everything you need to know about why there's going to be way more haters than winners in this world. Not because people are not talented, but because most people would rather spend their energy talking about the person in the water than getting in the water themselves. Seriously. You know what I mean? But just in case you forgot, you are listening to the Boss Conversation here on YouTube and Spotify and Apple, sponsored by 8th Apparel, a clothing line dedicated to legacy builders all over the world. 100% cotton and blessed with legacy. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe this video. Push me out there, man. I'm new to this. But hey, if you're on your way to work or just got off of work, thank you for listening to me. I really appreciate that. So it can be painful because a lot of the times, it's your own people. A lot of us are hungry and thirsty for love from our own people. We want them to see it. We want them to feel it. We want them to understand what we're building. But they are stuck where they're at. And when you have movement and they don't have movement, it creates this thing where instead of asking, how do I get some of that? They either scroll right past you or they talk shit. You know, and it's like, that time frame of all that, like 1 year turns into 2 years turns into 5 years turns into 15. And when you look up, somebody spent 15 years just hating on everybody without ever once trying to figure out what they actually want to do with their own life. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich. And you know, what I got from it is like, yo, most people in this world really don't think. They don't think about what they want to do or where they're trying to go. They just thinking about everybody else's journey. And that is why there are going to be way more haters than there are winners. Not because winning is rare, but because thinking for yourself is rare. I had a homeboy once, and I went up to him with all this exciting news, man, and I was proud of this. And, you know, he hit me with the, "That's what's up." What? That's what he said. You know, y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all got people like that. Like you give them the breakdown. "Oh, guess what? This happened. I got this. I got that. I'm on my way to do this, do that." That's what's up. That tells me everything right there. Not, "Bro, I'm happy for you. I've been praying for you. I'm proud that you're building." Nah, just, "That's what's up." You know, and within those moments, I realized something. Some people are lost in a world where they do not know where the hell they're going. When they see you moving, it does not inspire them. It just reminds them that they're standing still. It's sad, but it's the truth. And a lot of you probably have people around you like that right now. All right, you are listening to The Boss Conversation here on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Sponsored by 8th Apparel, a clothing line dedicated to legacy builders all over the world, baby. Then you try to bring these people with you because you love them, because you want to win together, because you're thinking about, "Yo, I want to break bread with you. I want to take you on this journey. I want us to build a championship together." But then you notice that they don't really have that work ethic. They're not willing to do the things that you're willing to do. And at that point, you have to make some decisions. And that decision is painful. It is not easy. It is not clean. It does not feel good at all, because the person who had to let their people go is the one carrying the most pain. They cried over that. They did not want to walk away. They did not want to create this huge distance. They wanted to do it together. And then you become this villain. How could he treat his own people like that? How could she leave everybody behind? But what they do not understand is that your own people were trying to sink you. You can have a whole table full of people who see you every year for Thanksgiving. And then the moment you keep it real, the moment that you put your foot down, that next Thanksgiving, nobody's there. It's like, damn, you loved me better when I was just tap dancing around and telling you everything that you wanted to hear. But the moment Big Bro comes with something real, suddenly I'm the problem. That is the most painful part. Going up this mountain is painful. There are so many tears that fall on the way up. And people don't understand that. They see the climb, but they don't see what it costs. You're listening to The Boss Conversation here on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Sponsored by 8th Apparel, a clothing line dedicated to legacy builders all over the world. But here's where the belief in yourself comes in. That knowing what God has for you is so much deeper and so much greater than what you can even see right now. Sometimes you got to go through it all just to get to where you need to go. And I understand that now. Because before, man, I went through so much. Depression, heartache from childhood all the way into adulthood. Confusion. You know, I went through a whole era where I thought everyone who smiled at me loved me. That's crazy, right? Nobody prepared me to see that some people are just getting shit out of it. You know, they're not really there for you. They're there for what you can give them. Nobody warned me about that. So I had to learn the hard way. So this is why I talk now. This is why I speak to the youth. This is why I speak to the OGs and the YGs and to anyone who would listen, because a lot of this stuff is real. We just don't have enough people who are willing to have these type of conversations out loud. We don't have enough outlets. We don't have enough resources. We don't have enough real talk on this journey. And here's what I want to leave you guys with tonight. Success is not one moment. It's layers, like an onion. A layer on top of a layer on top of a layer. Okay, it's success on top of success on top of success on top of success on top of success. So when you apply for a job, okay, and you submitted the application, it says that you have successfully submitted the application. Doesn't mean that you got the job yet. So that means that there's a whole nother process that you got to go through. Every step that you take is a success, but there is always another layer waiting for you. Okay? So keep stripping them back. Keep going deeper, keep building, keep pushing. Because we can keep striving and moving towards greatness all the way until the day that we die. Okay? You're listening to The Boss Conversation here on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, sponsored by 8th Apparel, a clothing line dedicated to legacy builders all over the world. I believe in you, but you know you can be more. Take care.